Hello, it's Sadie. I wanted to come on and do a divine feminine energy reading. I was taking a shower. I wasn't planning to come on tonight, and then the downloads just started coming through. I had said I was going to do a divine feminine energy reading, separate the videos from the last divine masculine energy reading, and so I was given sort of an expansion of that message. So here we go. It is Friday, August. I'm really weird with dates lately. I just have no idea what day it is. But it is August 26th, Friday. It is a Venus day, so it is ruled by the divine feminine. And I'm going to tap into the energy that I've been picking up a lot, that I've been feeling a lot, but also want to state that one size does not fit all. What you have to remember about this journey is that everyone is in different places and different areas of their path. And so some of this may resonate, some of it may not, and that's okay. Wherever you're at is perfectly okay, because that's exactly where you're meant to be. And it's important not to compare yourself and your experience with anybody else, okay? So with that, let's talk about the energy. Currents of emotion. There is a lot of emotion right now. It's funny because the other card they were giving me was beneath the surface. And so it's almost like there's so much emotion and it's all over the place. Sometimes it's happy, hopeful, expecting the best. Other times it's down, it's despair, it's sadness, it's grief, it's anger. It's all over the place. There are just currents of emotion happening right now. And there's a lot happening beneath the surface. So this is a number 34 and this is a number 31. That could be significant for some of you, but we all just feel this energy sort of in our gut beneath the surface. There's a lot of things that are hidden from us right now. A lot of things that we can't see. And that's what's stirring up a lot of these uncontrolled feelings, is this sense of anxiety, the sense of urgency, because that's the other card that they wanted me to pull up, letting go of urgency, but really focusing on that urgency energy. It's like there is this drive inside of all of us right now to move forward, and some of us aren't seeing any movement, or seeing very, very little movement in the physical realm. And that's sort of bringing up all of these emotions. There's a lot of hidden truths. There's a lot of things unknown underneath the surface. And there's a lot of urgency. So what Spirit wanted the divine feminine to know at this time is like, and part of the message that they wanted me to bring through was about divine discontent, and how this time is really, really important, because that discontent energy, that anxiety, that urgency, that feeling of wanting to know, but knowing there's a lot that's unknown, a lot that's hidden from you at this time, and feeling all of these uncontrolled emotions, uncontrolled desires. All of this is to get us to look at contrast. Contrast is polarity, light and dark, good and bad, hot and cold, masculine and feminine. These are all polarities of each other. And so everything that we're feeling, everything that we're experiencing, especially if you are stressed, if you are anxious, if you're going through significant extremes of polarity right now, that is because you're meant to look at it. There is a gift in contrast. There is a gift in seeing the polar opposite of where you want to be, and taking the initiative to make changes, whether that's just changing your mind, changing your attitude, having a new attitude with this new moon. That's going to be the peak of the new moon is tomorrow, August 27th. If it's, whatever that is for you, even just making a change or deciding to change something in your environment that's not bringing you joy, whatever that is, you're meant to do that. it's like the human ego is very, very comfortable in familiarity and routine. And that's what it needs to kind of feel safe. But the spirit, your soul, it needs experience. It comes into an incarnation, it comes into this body to have all different types of experiences, to experience the variance of polarity, to experience the highest of highs, but also the lowest of lows. And to truly experience the highest of highs, you have to understand that in between that is the experience of the lowest of lows. Like, that's how variance works. To get to the highest level, sometimes you have to go to the darkest depths and then rise up. That is ascension, rising up into the light, rising up into the highest vibration. And so everything that you're experiencing right now is exactly where you're meant to be. You're meant to look at the contrast in your life, see the extremes, see the polarity, and find ways that you can bring in more balance with your current of emotions and with the feelings of urgency. Are things really as bad as they seem? Are things really as urgent as you have believed that they are? I mean, these are questions that you're really meant to look at and examine at this time, because if you can shift your perspective, you will shift your reality. We have a thought, and with that thought comes in an emotion. Some thoughts are very, very random. We have upwards of 50,000 thoughts a day. And so if you think of 30,000 of your thoughts are anxiety, stress, doubt, fear, what are you creating? You're creating urgency. You're creating stress. You're creating anxiety for yourself. And that emotion is sort of the accelerant that brings in manifestations in the physical form. And so it's really, really important right now to look at the contrast in your life and see the gift of it, because it's giving you the opportunity to see what you don't want, or feel what you don't want to feel, and experience what you don't want to experience, and then make a shift so that you can bring in more light-filled experiences, more happy experiences, more peace, more joy, more love, whatever that is that you want to bring in at this time. One of the other things that all of these things do is it makes you focus on the what ifs. It makes you focus on the future. And what you have to understand is that you are creating the future in this very moment. And so how to let go of urgency is just to stay present. Be aware of the present. Be aware of what you are thinking right now. That's why contrast is so important, because it brings us into awareness. Ooh, this is a thought, or this is a feeling I don't like. I feel uncomfortable. You know, when you get a headache, when you get a stomach ache, when something physically hurts on your body, it makes you uncomfortable, and it brings your awareness to that uncomfort to signal that something is off, something is not in alignment, something is not harmonious within you. And that's what this time, even though it is very, very stressful, it brings up a lot of anxiety, because it brings up a lot of all the things that are unknown, that even with watching tarot and even being intuitive, we cannot know at this time, because number one, they haven't been created yet. They're being created in this moment. Or number two, it's just not the right time to know. And so because of that, it's like it's bringing up all of these emotions, bringing up, you know, the what ifs, and bringing up trying to control how things are going to flow, how the energy is going to flow. And if you can just not try to control the current, but allow yourself to flow with it. And notice when you are in a sense of urgency, when you are in a sense of anxiety, when your emotions are feeling so strong that they feel uncontrollable. To observe that and take a step back and say, okay, why am I feeling this way? Am I feeling this way because something's actually happened? There was a triggering event, or am I just thinking about the worst and then creating this current of uncontrolled emotions and urgencies within me? It's really important to be aware of your thoughts and of your feelings during this time, because we are about to hit the harvest. And during that time, you are going to reap what you sow. Whether you reap huge benefits, huge rewards, or whether you reap more heaviness, more anxiety, more stress. It's really up to you. It's really determined by you. Your vibration is determined by your thoughts, your feelings, your actions in this very moment. And so, like what they say in psychology, we have upwards of 50,000 thoughts a day. Start to really put that in your mind. Like, what am I thinking about in this moment? And how is it making me feel? And where am I seeing contrast? Where am I seeing extremes? Especially extreme polarity in like a negative polarity, where it's an extreme emotion, but you're feeling really down, you're feeling really hopeless. It's time to shift that. It's time to really look at that and make changes that help. Sometimes it's not about going from 0 to 100. Sometimes when you are depressed, when you are anxious, when you are feeling like, I don't know what to do, I feel like giving up, it's impossible to get to, super happiness, super bliss state. But it's always possible to choose peace. It's always possible to choose a better feeling thought. This is what Abraham Hicks talks about all the time. And so this is really, again, an important time to choose a better feeling thought. Choose a thought that makes you feel better. Choose an activity that takes you out of your mind so that you feel better. Anything at this time where you can balance the current of emotions, let go of the sense of urgency, and let go of the need to know, because that's really about the ego. The ego needs to know. The spirit already knows. And the spirit's okay because it wants to have the variety of experience. Whether you judge that as good or bad, it still wants to experience it. And so just understand that your spirit and your soul are going to give you the experiences that you need to become the best version of yourself. And again, you cannot experience the highest of highs without sometimes experience the lowest of lows first. All right. Because it's in that low state, it's in that heavy state, it's in that dark state where you say, enough, I'm going to make a change, or I want something better, I deserve better. And then that's the trigger, that's the energy that gets that drive, that like inner fire within you gets the universe moving and working on your behalf, because you have finally said, enough of this, I am accepting more for myself, I deserve better, I deserve more. And so that's where you need to be. And everything in the astrology right now, Uranus going retrograde, Mars and Gemini, Mercury's going into Libra, all of these energies right now, it's like it's helping to bring in this inner revolution so that we can really propel ourselves forward. But it is bringing up a ton of contrast and a ton of polarity. Okay, so I know that was a long divine feminine message, and that's why I needed to do a separate video. But with that, we're going to pull some tarot just to kind of tap into the current energy between the divine feminine and divine masculine at this time. I was guided to read reversal, so I did just shuffle the cards in a way where some of the cards are reversed. But what I want to say is, as I was doing the pre-shuffle, 2 cards flew out, and they flew out upright. You have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. For whoever needs to hear this right now, you are going to get a big victory. There is a new beginning. There is passion. There is joy. There is new growth. There is new life. Something is being reignited. And these are open doors. For some, it's going to be 2 open doors that open up for you. This could be 2 potential partners. This could be your person that you've been desiring and wanting, and other opportunities for you. It's going to be different for everybody at this time, but there are 2 massive open doors coming to you during this new moon period. Aces are new beginnings. They are yes cards. So yes, you will be successful. Yes, you will overcome the heaviness of emotions. Yes, you will manifest what you desire. And so for whoever needs to know that, those were the cards that came out during the pre-shuffle. So really, really great energy starting this new moon. And it is a very, very important new moon. All right, so with that, I'll stop talking. I am very chatty for whatever reason today. Higher self, Holy Spirit, guides and guardians, and angels of unconditional love, bring some messages through with the current energy of the divine feminine and divine masculine. Ooh, okay. Anything else want to come through? All right. So the first that flew out was the Page of Cups. Pages are the messenger of the tarot. For some of you, you will get a message of love. You will get a confession of love, a confession of wanting to be with you, wanting to be together. For others, this is related to, this is my pregnancy card. So for others of you, you may come into expecting the new that comes in for you could be literally a new pregnancy, a new child, a new birth. But with the Page of Cups coming out as sort of the beginning of the energy between the divine feminine and divine masculine, it's all about innocence and it's all about openness. There is an open door. Again, these 2 aces signal open doors. And there is an opening here. There is a heart opening here. This could be, again, your divine counterpart. It also could be a new person, but there is an open door for love should you want to walk through it. With the 8 of Pentacles coming out next to it, this could be related to your work, your career, your finances. It also could be related to your life purpose work, or someone that you meet through a contact or someone that you network with. This also could be about needing to put in the work. Even though there is an open door, there is work and effort required for this to solidify, for this to come together in a beautiful way for both of you. But with the 8 of Pentacles, 8s are balanced. An 8 is like the infinity symbol. And so there is a balancing of energies here where both parties will put in the work required to bring in a beautiful, harmonious, sacred union, okay? We have the moon. Really, really get in touch with your emotions. Get in touch with those uncontrolled emotions that you may be feeling at this time, and understand that your emotions do not control you. You control your emotions, but they're coming up for you. They're coming up from the depths to the surface for you to look at, for you to examine, for you to heal. You need to understand that you're worthy, that you're deserving, that you're beautiful, that you're loved, and you really need to trust your instincts at this time, all right? We have the Three of Cups, and I'm actually not getting much third-party energy. For some of you, there are third-party situations that may be hidden from you, but I'm feeling like this energy is clearing out. It's like sort of the end of a third-party situation. For others of you, though, this is not about third-party energy. This is about you getting out with friends, being social, really enjoying yourself. This is a time to really enjoy life, have fun, especially for the divine feminine. It's like you've been in the heavier emotions and that back and forth and the anxiety and the urgency for so long. It's like you need to let loose. You need to let your hair down. Wash my hair. It's still drying. I don't care, whatever. It's going to be frizzy in a minute. But it's just about having fun, allowing yourself to have fun. And because this is like harvest, you have a pumpkin, you have, fruit and vegetables. It's also signaling that time of harvest that we're coming into, which may be a time of great celebration, great triumph, great success for you. And the divine masculine could be out partying, having a good time as well. I mean, it really is important, because life is meant to be enjoyed, that you enjoy your life, that you're not sitting at home by yourself, sort of waiting, longing, all that stuff. If you want to sit at home by yourself and you think that's fun, that's fine. But don't limit the opportunities and the possibilities for coming together with other people and just really, really enjoying yourself. High Priestess is in reverse though. And so again, this goes back to sometimes the emotions are so strong that we're not hearing our inner voice, that we're not paying attention to our inner guidance and our intuition. And so with the High Priestess coming out reversed, it's like we're deceiving ourselves. And it's time to, again, really examine the areas where there are extreme contrasts in your life. Look at the polarity of it. Especially if you're feeling the furthest away from where you want to be, what changes can you make at this time to bring yourself back into balance, right? And you also have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So this is karma. This is things maybe not going in the direction that you want to move in. But it is something, when it's reversed for me, and this is just me, how I read, it's not necessarily a signal of bad luck, but it is a signal of there may be sort of recurring pattern or recurring lesson from the past that you haven't fully integrated yet. And because of that, you're not able to move forward. And so again, you're being brought to this time of contrast, of having to look at the polarity so that you can get out of the habitual consciousness, the belief systems, and the stagnant emotions that are kind of keeping you not where you want to be, that are not moving you forward. Very, very important for the divine feminine. For some, though, too, the Wheel of Fortune could signal some sort of loss, could be some sort of financial loss, could be some sort of setback. But again, everything that we experience, that we come into this experience, that our soul wants to experience, is for our highest growth. And if you understand that, and you understand that life is not happening to you, that it's happening through you, you can shift your perspective and get the lesson finally so that you can move forward beyond it. There is this Two of Wands energy though, waiting, looking to the future. And I feel like both the divine feminine and divine masculine are in this space right now of kind of dreaming about the future, wanting to plan a future, but kind of feeling like not sure where things are going to head. And that sense of urgency, that sense of uncertainty, that sense of apprehension about it. There is a lot of anxiety for both the divine feminine and divine masculine. But there is also a lot of desire for this partnership, because both of you understand at a soul level how important it is for the two of you to come together. And last but not least, we have Judgment. So there is a rebirth energy. There is a new direction. So even if you feel like you've been in this energy where there have been setbacks, where there have been losses, it's just time to focus your attention and really clarify what you want to bring into your life, what you want to manifest, because as you clarify and focus on it, there's this huge rebirth energy coming through. Judgment also about, good judgment, good decisions, making decisions that help you to ascend and get out of the lower energy, that help you to move forward. And so there is big karmic completion happening for all of us during this time. And I really do believe we are coming into a beautiful harvest period. And remember, the two cards that opened this reading were the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords upright. You have two new beginnings. You have two open doors. And so regardless of where you feel like you're at right now, there are openings happening for you right here, right now, if you can focus your attention on those openings, on those new beginnings. You have one rod here and one rod there. There's openings. There are new beginnings. Start to shift your perspective and focus on those things. And then you will have it. All right? And with the divine masculine, it's like they're coming into a higher time in their life as well. A lot of change, a lot of growth. For some of them, it's because they're experiencing this energy of setbacks and loss and having to really look at themselves and make changes and focus their attention on the things that they need to change and the areas in which they need to grow. And so we're all going through a growth spurt right now. And yeah, it can be very, very challenging, but this too shall pass. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. So this could be air energy, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. But it's also about really going after what you want, getting the information. For some, this is communication, and it's coming in very, very fast. Someone saying, hey, I'm ready for this. I'm wanting to make this happen. And so a lot of beautiful energy is coming through, but there is a lot of contrast too. It is intense. These are intense times. Again, we're all going through growth spurts. And so you can make it easier on yourself though by calming the current of emotions, letting go of the need to know what's hidden or what's underneath the surface, and just trusting the universe that all will be revealed at the perfect time for you. And to surrender and let go of that sense of urgency, because at the bottom it says freedom from time constraints. You are always on time. There is no such thing as a missed opportunity. If it misses you at that time, it's because that wasn't the timing for it. But it'll come back around and everything will come full circle for you. You just have to trust and believe it. What's meant for you can never pass you by. But sometimes we haven't fully integrated a lesson with that Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We haven't fully integrated the lesson yet to be able to move forward. And so the spirit and our guides and the universe give us an opportunity for a redo. And because we're coming into almost all the planets being retrograde very soon, I believe in like September/October, like almost every planet will be retrograde. It's like that Wheel of Fortune is reversed. There may be some delays, there may be some setbacks that you were not anticipating, that you were not expecting. But it's only so that you can fully integrate what you need to integrate and learn now, so that you can move forward into those beautiful new open doors and new beginnings. Okay. So with that, let's tap into the love energy quickly, just to kind of see where the divine masculine is in terms of love, what they're thinking about, what they're feeling at this time. Yeah, they're very receptive. Receptivity is coming out, and it's like that Page of Cups. For some of them, it's like they're really ready to open their heart. There's protection. They want to protect this connection. They want to protect you. Bottom of the deck, I looked at it, so I'm going to pull it. Life purpose. They're trying to figure out what their purpose is in life, really focusing on, for some of them, their career, their finances, and that's what's been pulling them away from love. But with the divine feminine coming out, they are absolutely thinking about you, and you are on their mind, becoming more receptive to the idea of coming together, because at the bottom of the deck we have harmony. This is a balance. This is justice. So for some, this time period between now and like the 11th month, 11/11, or November, are going to be very, very significant for the two of you, bringing in more harmonious energy between the two of you and your connection. All right. So with that, I'll pull a little bit more oracle and advice for the divine feminine, using the oracle of the 7 energies today. Higher self, Holy Spirit, guides, guardians, and angels of unconditional love and light. Further messages do you want to bring through for the divine feminine at this time? Let it go. Bursts of magic as you let go, as you surrender urgency, as you let go of any idea of time constraint. That's when everything will begin to manifest for you. That burst of magic, those open doors, those aces start to appear and materialize in your world. In perfect harmony. Harmonies come up twice. There is a balancing of energies. That's what contrast helps us do, helps us look at the extremes of polarity so that we can come into balance. Both you and the divine masculine are doing this at this time, but for some of you, there is a perfect harmony, a perfect symphony, and coming together so that you can truly, truly have a beautiful union and connection with one another. Bottom of the deck is broken open. This is all about tapping into that trauma, tapping into that heartache, and transmuting that pain, learning from it. Again, that Wheel of Fortune in reverse is often about the lessons that you have not fully learned and integrated yet, and repeating patterns and cycles that bring your awareness to things that you need to change or things that you need to do differently so that you can truly move forward and have that perfect harmony that you desire and deserve. Okay, so during this period of time, again, the triggers could be really strong and you might feel broken open by your situation, by your connection. It might bring up this current of uncontrollable feelings and emotions. Just allow yourself to purge it all, release it all, let it go. Because as you let it go, that's when that burst of magic, that's when the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands come through. Your new beginnings, your victory, the passion, the manifestation, all of it is going to happen for you. You just have to trust in it and go through the process. All right. Final messages for the divine feminine. We're going to use Alana Fairchild's Rumi Oracle. just going to tap in very, very quickly to see what wants to come true. Let's see. And it's funny, I just said see what wants to come true. So I'm getting, for some of you, your wish, your dream is coming true and you're closer to it than you've ever been before, but you may feel further away from it because you can't see it. With that moon energy, with the hidden beneath the surface, you can't see it. And you're not meant to see it, you're meant to trust it. You're meant to believe it. You're meant to know you're worthy of it, right? Higher self, Holy Spirit, guides and guardians, unconditional love, angels. Final message. Let's pull that one, but I think there's one more that needs to come through. All right. One more final message. One more. This one. Okay. The Angel Rasbar, and this is a card about stepping up into your life purpose, divine service, sacred service, and really sharing your gifts and talents with the world. And then we have Resplendent with Grace. Grace is always available to us, and there is amazing grace around you right now, and you just have to trust in it. So what are the lyrics of that song? Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. You will see. You will understand why you've had to go through everything that you were going through and everything that you have been through. And Spirit is really supporting you on your path so that you can learn and integrate your lessons and share those incredible gifts with the world and become who you were meant to be. All right. So I'm sending lots of love to everybody. Happy Venus Day, Friday. I hope everyone has a beautiful, beautiful evening and a wonderful weekend. Take care.